Then, when you guys are done doing exam review and you've kind of figured out what you think the right answers are, then you're going to take some time. You're going to sit down with your paper. Hopefully you've got it on a flash drive, whatever. You're going to sit down with your draft. Maybe you want to talk with the person who did your review if they have some more feedback that they want to give you. But your goal is to work on, to spend the rest of lab trying to make changes in your paper to make it better. And everybody's got improvements they can make. So you can do something today in lab until the end of lab. The revised version of this paper is due before class on Thursday. Okay, that's the one I'm going to grade. So please make sure that that's turned in electronically to the appropriate Dropbox before class on Thursday. Thursday in class, we're going to be talking about Stansbury and Monroe from an evaluatory standpoint. So we are going to be analyzing the study in terms of its construct validity, statistical validity, internal validity, and external validity. Now, you already did this on the article worksheet, so you have a few ideas about what the answers might be. But the reason it's important for us to talk about that and make sure we have some ideas about what we might say about this article is because the next paper, your critique paper, is going to involve, again, giving me some background about the study, and then actually writing out that evaluation in essay format. Okay, so you're going to write me your second paper, your critique paper, is 2 pages long, okay, not counting the title page and the references page. Okay, so I'm going to give you a whole 2 pages now. Oh my gosh, getting crazy. Okay, and in those 2 pages, you have to tell me about the study, and you have to do an evaluation in terms of all 4 forms of validity, and you have to come to a conclusion about how good a job they did. Okay, you've got 2 pages. So that critique paper, we're going to spend time first talking about doing our evaluation in class, and then you guys are going to go home and write the draft of that critique paper, and we're going to do a peer review in class again, and then you're going to work on a revision and try to make it better. That's the second paper. The third paper we're going to do in here is what we call the synthesis paper. And the synthesis paper involves reading another article that's similar. It's another article about teaching research methods and statistics. It's about another thing that another bunch of teachers did to try and teach the topic better and more effectively. And you're going to have to summarize and evaluate both of those together and do a comparison contrast and come to a conclusion about which researchers did a better job. Okay, that's your third and final paper for this class. So we've done the primary draft of the first paper. You're going to revise it and submit a summary that you think is good. And then I will grade those and give them back to you. While I'm grading those revised versions, you're going to be working on the primary version of your next paper. Okay. So before you submit the revised version of your critique paper, you'll get the summary back from me and get some feedback on those things. So if you're having issues with APA style, if you're having issues with plagiarism, if you're having issues with paraphrasing or citation or anything like that, you will have some feedback from me about how well you did before you submit the revised version of your critique paper. Then I grade your critique papers like a demon and try to get the revised version of that back to you before you have to do the final version of your synthesis paper. Now, in parallel with these things, keep in mind, those of you that don't have A's on all 4 exams are studying for the final, which is cumulative. So if you need help, come see me at my office hours, talk with Javier, get help from the tutoring center with stats and methods, because the final exam is cumulative. You get one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper with anything you want written on one side. Okay, so your cheat sheet is one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So you might start working on that. Working on what you want to put on it. I would recommend making the sheet that you think you want. Some people find it easier to type it out first, and then you can print out different copies and change it. Then you can go back and handwrite it out once you've figured out how you want to do it.
It has to be handwritten.
Has to be handwritten for the exam. But I would then recommend you go back and try to do the problem sets and things like that using just that sheet. Okay, and you'll find out whether you've got everything you need on it. It's a place to start.
When's our final?
December 11th.
It's going to seem like an eternity from now, believe me. It's going to be too soon and not soon enough in both cases. So keep in mind that you still have those things, and if you are one of those people who got A's on all 4 exams, if you feel like sharing that information with members of the class, they might buy you lunch for tutoring help. People are all looking like
that on the table.
And recommend, Javier's still here. He can help. He can give you some feedback about, maybe limited feedback about writing. He can't go through and proofread everybody's paper. He doesn't have time for that, right? He works 5 hours a week for me, and I have other stuff for him to do. But he can look at it and probably tell you, your running head's not right, your title's not in the right place, your page number's not the right font. He can do that in 5 minutes, because he's good at that kind of thing. But he can help you with, if you're like, I still don't remember this, I don't understand how to do this thing with t-tests, I don't remember, can you help me again? He's good about that stuff. And remember, all the lectures from all semester are still posted online, so you can go back and watch those videos if there's things you don't remember. Thank you, Javier, for making that possible.
Thank you, Javier.
I know he's sitting over here with his, with his phone doing this every day. All right, so does anybody have any questions about what they need to do next? No? You ready? All right. Keep in mind the 3 papers that we're doing, right? The 3 revised versions. First, the summary paper, the revised version is 50 points. The critique paper, 100 points. The synthesis paper, 150 points. That means the synthesis paper is worth 2 exams. Those 3 papers are worth the same as all 4 exams you took in this class, right? So come see me if you need help. Go to the Writing Center and get help from a writing pal, from a writing tutor if you need help. There are people in the class who are strong writers. If you can buy them a burrito and get them to help you out if you feel like you need that, do it. It will be the best $5 you ever spent. Yeah.
There are APA-style tutors in the Writing Center, right?
The people in the department are trained to do APA-style stuff. And they don't proofread, but they can give you feedback about how to make your writing more clear and how to say things more succinctly.
So there's nobody that will proofread our papers?
Your loving friends in class. Yeah.
You proofread.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, proofreading circles. Some people have knitting circles, some people have gaming circles. I would say a proofreading circle is a wise choice for this class.
I can contribute to it.
It looks.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anybody who has not turned in a summary review form to me today to show me that you did the assignment? Everybody turn theirs in? All right. So no questions. You guys know what we're doing basically for the rest of the semester. We are writing like fiends. All right.
Again,
Go for it to be awesome.